Hello, hello, everybody. How are you this beautiful Thursday? Welcome to our sale. I'm super excited for this one. All right. I want to just say hey to everybody. And first off, let you know that this is a live sale. And I have a special guest today. I have Trusty Huckster Mercantile this way. Patrick is here, so I'm super excited about that. I want to say hey to Miss Nancy Smith. She came in, and Debbie from Our Vagabond Travels, who was just in Texas with us. She has decided that the humidity and heat is not for her.
It's nice in January, but yeah, in the summer, that's a whole other thing.
Today is actually, it started out 50 degrees. It's 55 right now. So
wow.
What to do? Everybody's in parkas and snow because we don't know what to do.
That's what we have in Chicago, and we're all out in shorts today. So let's enjoy it while we can.
People signing out their kids early from school because it's cold. Yeah, it's a mess. We also have Casey ATX in the house. Thank you so much, Carrie. Appreciate you coming in. And Jerry from Vintage and Vino. I think it's Jerry that's here today. And Ancestral Beginnings. I don't know your first name, so I pardon that.
Mary. Mary.
Well, that makes sense. There you go. So thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Again, we have a live sale that I'm super excited about. Hey, Andrea, because Patrick actually gave me a chance to do my first live sale. And I was just telling him before we came on, I was like, Patrick, I have to tell you something. The first time that I did this sale, I was so nervous. I didn't know how to do any of it. And he gave us he's my kind of dude, total type A, gave me directions. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. These are your numbers. I was like, yes, I'm good. No guesswork, right? Except I kept muting myself. And then when we were finished, I told him, I said, I literally hung up and went to the couch and fell asleep because I was completely exhausted. As well as I did that whole pageant sweat thing from here down. I was completely drenched, but you look pretty from here up. So I'm a little bit more comfortable now, having watched you multiple times. And thank you so much for giving me that first opportunity. I really do appreciate that.
No, I appreciated you being willing to be on my channel. I wasn't, I hadn't been around that long at that point. I think when you were on my channel, I'd probably been around for about a year, but I'd only been doing live sales maybe about 6 months. And I learned so much from everybody else. My whole thing, pay it forward. If I can help somebody else, and particularly if somebody's willing to listen, I mean, I'll say there have been people who've asked me and I'll give suggestions. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Thanks for asking, but moving on. No worries. Everyone's got their own way, and not everyone does it my way, and everyone figures out their whole thing. But I get the idea of being exhausted after a sale. I know a lot of us joke about it, and we don't mean anything more behind it other than it's a lot of work to deal with. And then it's a lot of, you kind of feel, particularly when you're starting out, got to be on, got to be positive. In my case, I can't swear. It's just things like that you just mentally have to keep track of. And it can be exhausting. And then all the follow through on top of it. So yeah, definitely. I could totally go for a nap sometimes afterwards too.
And Patrick actually is doing double duty tonight because he was gracious enough to do my sale. We finally got our schedules to jive because it was I wanted to just as a thank you, to have him on my channel as an anniversary sale. Our schedules didn't work out in October, but we got it done now in November, which is pretty cool. And so, yeah, it's going to be fun. We only have 15 items each tonight because Patrick has a sale tonight at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. So basically, when you're done with this, go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and then go over to Trusty Mercantile, Patrick's channel, and watch his sale because he's got some cool items as always. So I want to say hey to a few other people that came in. Yes, Debbie, as soon as you left, it cooled off. Thank you, Brian, for coming in, Chicagoland. And let's see, my mom, Bella Rose, is in the chat. She's the one that tells me I'm here. So she's like, don't do that. She's reminding everybody to give us a thumbs up. And Kim from Oh My Vintage is here, the winner of all the mystery boxes last year. That was fun. And for Sandy's Lilac, thank you so much. Hey, Miss Nettie. And of course, our girl, Katie. So I don't know if you know what to do without Katie.
No, I'm going to do this myself, all by myself now. I know how hard Katie works for me.
Yeah. So Katie, you just chime in, sweetie, anytime you need to.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Put it in capitals, though. Put it in capitals. I see Pam from Keebe's Collectibles. And so I'm excited to see her, and Beth from Dragonfly Attic. Thank you. Mom said, "Oh, heck," she's talking to me. "You've always loved being on stage. Remember Carnegie Hall?" So, oh yes, I sang in Carnegie.
Nice.
Just was so excited, no drama acting there. I didn't do any of that. And I see Julie and Kitschy Corner. Hey, thanks for coming in. Hey, Book, hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming. And Christine. So all of our friends are here tonight. Hi, Miriam. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Oh, sorry. Jerry says it's still pretty warm there. But again, 55 here. What is it? You're in Chicago, right?
Yeah, we're probably like low 50s today.
So heat wave?
Yeah, basically. Enjoy it for as long as we can. We had a pretty, it was a pretty mild fall so far. But leaves are changing. It's pretty. But it's crisp, so it's kind of nice. It's like it's been wet, so it actually was pretty nice when I went out today.
Well, we went from, it was 88, I believe, maybe on Monday. Yesterday, we had this massive wind and lightning storm and all this rain, and it immediately dropped to like 50, 60, and then this morning it was 51. But on Monday, it's going to be 80 again. So
there you go. Up in the low 40s. And by the afternoon, it'd be in the 80s. So yeah. You just in one day, you'd have a 40-degree switch, and you just didn't know what you were supposed to put on because you didn't know how the day was going to end.
You start out with a parka and a beanie and end with a bikini.
Layers. Just take out the layers.
I see, like in Georgia, they've got the fireplace on. There's 70s where Katie is, but Katie's in Florida, right?
Yep.
And they're having some clouds and sprinkles near South Carolina. And yeah, if you're going to Chicago, that's where Dragonfly Attic says she's about to fly home to Chicago. So she's getting used to the cold weather.
There you go. Get that transition.
So again, we're each going to have 15 items for you tonight. We're going to do 5 rounds. We're going to show 3 items at a time. Patrick, being the guest, will get to go first. I will move each of us to big screen so that you can clearly see the items. Some of our items, most of our items are vintage. Some may be a little bit more modern. Vintage is only like 2000. So I would say those are modern. And each item will have a price and a number. If you wish to claim that item that we're talking about, put the number, not the price, but put the number in the chat. We will refresh often. It'll be the first person on our end to see that. So everybody's sales and internet is a little different. And sometimes I have people that after we announce it, they'll put it in the chat for us, which is perfectly fine. But it will be what we see on our end. There are no offer ups tonight. We are just all straight price items for you. I am shipping from outside of Houston. So I'm a little southeast of Houston. We both work full time, so I will not do anything other than take a bath and go to bed after this is over. Patrick has another sale, so good luck. I'll watch you from my comforts of my bed. But I will probably start invoicing tomorrow night into the weekend. Everything should be done by Sunday afternoon. So Patrick, where are you shipping from?
So I'm shipping from basically the suburbs of Chicago. I'm just a little west of Chicago. So from the Midwest. So shipping tends not to be too big of a problem. West Coast, of course, is more expensive, but shipping from the Midwest, as she mentioned, I do have a day gig as well. So I will try and start doing invoices. My goal is always to get them out by the end of the day, Saturday, so that if you don't have them from me by Sunday, you can maybe poke me, because sometimes it goes into spam or something happens. If there's a lot of people in the chat that I'm not familiar with, so just make sure you send me an email, because I won't have any way of reaching out to you unless you do, and I can get you proper invoicing. And then as soon as you invoice, I will ship out. Now, I do have my own sale tonight. So after this, I will have another 15 items at my sale tonight. I will then combine those two. So if anyone happens to jump over to my channel as well, if you purchase between the two, that's no problem. I can combine into one shipment, but obviously Beth and I are not combining because we're from 2 different states. So.
Yeah. And so please, our email addresses are here underneath each of our names. You can take a screenshot or it's also the information that we need is in the pinned comment there. So I am scprincess1, the number 1 at comcast.net. And then there is Patrick's there, thmvintage@gmail.com. So if you purchase something from me, please send me your information, first and last name, complete mailing address, please, making sure that you include the state and the zip code. I just want to make sure I get that right. I do not copy your information from your PayPal email. I like to manually put that into Pirate Ship. So just in case some of it is not updated. If you have moved or you've changed apartment numbers, please make sure that we have all of that. And again, like he said, if you don't hear from us by Sunday from your PayPal email address, then please reach out to us at this email address. We're both on Instagram, so an Instagram message works as well. We've got to get them by the end of the weekend, and then please look at those invoices and pay those so that we can get that shipped out. I don't know if Patrick, you have a time. I usually give about 48 hours for them to pay that invoice if they have not contacted me. I know yours may be a little bit different, but that's what I try to do just because it's inventory. We got to make sure if we inventory it out that we get that cleared up in our books.
Absolutely. Communication is key. I will say I don't set a clock. Sometimes I'm doing so many other things, 48 hours, 72 hours may pass before I realize, wait, why is there still a box sitting on my floor? But, I will say, I think Beth and I are in the same boat. I'm working out of my house. I don't have a warehouse. I don't have a shipping center. My shipping center is my kitchen counter. So it is one of those cases. We do like when you clear things out. Things happen. Communication is key. If you don't hear from us, we may have sent it to you, but you didn't get it. That's, sometimes that's just a spam thing, or I may have typed your email in wrong.
Yeah.
Little things like that. That's always going to happen. So just ask. And then, as long as you can pay, I will try and ship out within a day or two from getting the payment, again, just because I'm trying to do it. But my travel, for those who follow my channel, I was traveling a ton in October. I was just telling Beth, during the entire month of October, I was home only 9 days. That included weekends. Wow. So in 2 of those days, I was home less than 12 hours. So that became a little bit of a problem. I had to go 2 weeks without even doing a sale because I was unrealistic. I could even ship anything. So it's trying to get back on track. And I've got a fundraiser coming up that I run for the Just One More Dachshund fundraiser, Just One More Dachshund Rescue this next week. Right now, my home is scaring me a little bit because it's so out of control. But the sales are fun. I'm trying to keep it in control, keep everything separate so I can get things out the door. So.
Want to say thanks for Daniel coming in, and I saw Grace coming in as well, which is Dana, Grace 2010H. Christine, thank you so much for reminding us that the post office is closed next Thursday.
Right.
I don't know what that is. Is that Veterans Day?
Veterans Day.
So just be mindful that if we mail it out and you don't get your packages, y'all also you get a tracking number with that. You get some, and so make sure that if you have a question about that, look at your tracking first and then contact us, and then we'll follow through. But I want to, before we get started, and this will be the last thing before we get started, is everybody want to wish Michelle at Newton's Cupboard a very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Michelle. Also go subscribe to her channel. She's getting very close to her 1,000 subscribers. And I would love for y'all to be able to help push her closer and closer and over the edge to that 1,000. She puts out a great amount of content. She does Wisdom Wednesdays, where I get a lot of information from. She's also showed some organization, crafting, and all that. So happy birthday, Michelle. And y'all go subscribe if you haven't. Steph from Steph Sells I always mess it up.
It's a
Steph
test.
Stuff by the Seashore. Steph, that's what we're calling her. Thank you for coming in, and Sam. And also, yes, the Dachshund Rescue fundraiser is going to be November the 11th, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. All right, I'm going to send it over to Patrick, who's going to kick us off. Hey, Miss Patty. And let's see, how do we get you to be the only one, the one and only?
I got
That's
yourself.
me. Well, where's Patrick? Hold on. Can't we do it like that? But you need to be big.
If you go back to the view that we had,
Yeah.
and then click just the icon in the upper left corner of my thumbnail in the bottom.
I don't have
I'm not sure how to
that.
do. The phone is a little bit different, so I'm not sure how to do it on the phone.
Yeah, I don't have that. Hold on. I got to try to figure it out because I did it just the other day. And Christine, you're probably there. So if you could tell me, that would be fabulous. Nope, that's going to be.
Ooh, you switched.
Yo, I did this for somebody. Why can I not do this? I don't know. I just did this.
Okay, there you go.
We'll try that. And then
Yeah, I'm big now.
How about that?
That's perfect. And I will, Julie from AJ's Retro had pointed out, I do have boxes behind me, which I don't normally, but I have these here on purpose because I'm on Beth's channel, and there are definitely names that I don't work with all the time. These are the Trusty Travelers. If you are familiar with the Trusty Travelers, they were boxes that I sent out at the beginning of the summer. It's like a little geocaching box. They were lightweight boxes. I packed all of them, 21 of them, with 5 items, shipped them off to 21 different people. They took an item out, put an item in, and then sent it on to somebody else. They've been circulating for the last 5 months. They were supposed to come back in October so I could sell them for the fundraiser next week. Out of 21, this is all I've gotten back. I received 9. So I'm not doing them as part of the fundraiser next week because I would have had to go live tonight to be part of my eBay auction to close next week. So I will just extend it. That's fine. But the reason they're there is if anybody knows, or if anybody has a box that they forgot about, or you sent the box relatively recently to somebody else, maybe do a little poke and see if they still have it. The post office is slower now. So, I mean, it's going to be an issue. It is what it is. But I'm hoping everyone seemed to have fun with it, and I'm hoping that they do all return. But right now I've got less than half. And so it would be irresponsible of me to try and do the sale without more. So just highlighting those. If you happen to know where there's a Trusty Traveler, let them know, send them back. The instructions and my address are in each of the boxes. There are still 12 boxes to account for. So anyway, I can start things out now. So as she mentioned, we're both on Instagram. I'm TH Mercantile on Instagram. And if you follow both of us, Beth was doing the same thing. We sometimes highlight items that we're going to be including in our sales. So this was one of the items that I posted. If you followed my channel in the past, you would have recognized some of these items. I picked up a lot from an estate sale, items that were all from Wade, England. These are harvestware pieces. And this one, so they're let me show the creamer first. So they're double-sided. They're painted on both sides. So you've got I don't exactly know what kind of flower that's supposed to be, but you've got kind of like a pinkish red mauve color on one side and a really pretty purple on the other side. The creamer matches, they have the same colors, but when you flip to the purple on this one, I think it's just a coincidence. Do you see anything in the flower? Because to me, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, cool, a parrot. No, it's not a parrot. It's a flower, and then the grass in the background just kind of turned it into a parrot head. So
I thought I saw a bird, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it totally looks like a bird. It's just a total coincidence because when you look on the other side, it's a little more obvious to see like that's a branch in the background that just when it got to the purple, just kind of turned it into an eyeball and a little crest on his head, you know. So anyway, whether you want to consider it a bird or not, it's a great little cream and sugar set. Perfect condition, no chips, no cracks. It's the harvestware pattern by Wade of England. And you can get the creamer and sugar for $15 by giving me number 19. So $15, number 19 for the Wade cream and sugar. And the way we're doing this is we're going to do sets of 3. So I'll show a couple more items before I pass it back over to Beth. Katie is here in the chat, and she is all about it. So is Daniel, if I remember correctly. I think I saw Daniel in the chat. They're all about hashtag bring back the brooch. So I do my best. So I've got a little white metal brooch, kind of like a 60s industrial kind of modern look to it. It has the safety clasp. It's not signed, so I do not know who made the brooch, but it's just a sharp looking piece. It's in really good condition. Still got a really high sheen to it. Really attractive. Be a great size for, stud lapel, or as Katie would wear them in her hat pins. You've got the small, let's see if you can see the profile of that. See, it kind of like lifts up. It's not a bead. It's kind of a folded piece of metal in the middle. So you've got the brooch, and the brooch is $10. You can have the brooch by giving me number 7. So $10, number 7 for the white metal brooch. And I also do haul videos on occasion. And this one I showcased this in one of my haul videos. I picked this up on a trip to upstate New York. It is a set of torture puzzles. So perfect time killer for puzzle fiends, printed in vivid colors, attractive. We warn you, difficult. Let's begin. So it is made in Japan. It does have a zip code for New York. So is by definition, it is after 1963. But I think based on the patterns that are on here, I'm thinking they're maybe in the 60s. 3 of the puzzles are still complete in the set. So you've got this actually amazing dragon right here on the front. And you can kind of see, if you really look closely, you can see there's a frame to it. And then the puzzle pieces are diamonds or triangles in shape. So you've got the dragon, which you can prove is complete. You've got the polka dots, which is also already fully assembled. So you know that that one is complete. You've got the chevrons, which is fully assembled. So you know that that one is complete. And then you have all the pieces to the one on the bottom. So I'm not going to do the hard puzzle. I am not a puzzle fiend, but you can see what it would have looked like is that one with the wave pattern there on the edge. So I'm going to assume that all the pieces are in there, but I've not put it together, so I can't swear to it. So I'm going to guarantee you've got 3 puzzles that are complete and a 4th one that can drive you crazy while you figure out if it is complete in its original box, just a little paperboard box. The puzzles and the box all marked made in Japan, and you can get the set for $9. So $9 for the set of puzzles, $9 by giving me number 13. $9.13 for the puzzle.
And those little Christmas gifts and stocking stuffers, y'all, and you do not have to worry about not being able to get them. So I actually see on my end, Patrick, I see Christine at Side Street Market for number 13.
Yes, I was going to announce I was going to check all that while you were selling. But
Okay.
thank you. Thank you, Christine, for picking that up. So that's why I see it well.
Say that looked like a bird, so you were not
not crazy
or off on that. We did locate one of your boxes, and we have a question. Can I send a cash donation for having it hostage?
You do not need to send a cash donation, but yes, if you want to donate, you can donate directly to JOMDR with their PayPal. It's paypal.me/JOMDR, which is just one more Dachshund Rescue. So that's the easiest way to make a direct donation.
And Lemmy Lemon came in, and so did Sheila Putman. Thank y'all for coming. I saw Scott come in as well. And the little brooch, some people were saying that it looked like a little fan, and somebody else said reminds me of the bobbin case of a vintage sewing machine. So
yeah, you're right. It kind of does.
And we will be showing some. We're going to try to move quickly, but we are going to try to re-show items that didn't sell for those people coming in. So I'm going to start with my first item. I just ran the whole thing of brass, because that's Christine's fault, but she's got me on brass. And I found some more owls. I think this is.
You want to put yourself big again?
Oh, well, I was going to try, but I don't really know that I know what I'm doing. So Christine said swipe, but that didn't work for me. Oh,
well, you got me big again.
Y'all, why can't I do this? What's the deal?
You got yourself large that first time, but I don't know how you did it. Hey, Mary.
Ta-da! Me either. I have a brass owl. I think this is maybe the 6th owl that I've found. This one is a little bit bigger. It does have the lines in the back of it. I love the little eyes there. It's got like 2 rounds of the, what do you call that? When it's like a design for the eyes. Now this one is about 3.5 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide right here. The only marking was going to say solid brass. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, top right, 3 dots. Okay, I will try that. So my little brass owl that it did say, but I wash everything. So solid brass right here. This little owl is $8 and it is number 45. $8, number 45 for the 3.5 inch tall brass owl. All right, I'll try again because I'm using my phone. The next is a vintage puzzle. And I'm going to take it out. We wrapped it up so that the pieces don't fall out of it. It is one of the little cardboard. You know, I love a vintage Playskool puzzle. That's the teacher in me. But let me show you a little bit of it. It's got a police officer scene in there. And it's got great graphics. Love the little lady's hat in the car and the kids down here. It's super cute. I see Dragonfly at it for the brass owl. Thank you. It does say Playskool right here. It is not, let me look again. It just says Golden Press Incorporated Playskool. I could not find a date on this. Now it is a cardboard, not wooden puzzle on here. It is 10 inches tall and 8 inches across the bottom. Love the graphics on this. And it is $8 for the puzzle number 68. $8, number 68 for the puzzle. And we wrap it like that so that it does not go everywhere. So let me write down Beth with Dragonfly Attic for the brass owl before I forget. And thank you, book. And then the next is, I'm going to just, since we've jumped straight to winter, I'm just going to jump straight to Christmas. It's like we skipped Thanksgiving. But I've had a lot of interest in the Anna Lee. I did find a whole bunch of Anna Lee, and I've continued to find some. This is the little white mouse with the snowflakes. I'll show you the little scary face. A lot of people are like, those are so ugly, they're cute. But got the long hat here and the super long tail. The year on this one is 2007. It does have the original tag here, 2007 Anna Lee. He's got a snowflake here in the hand as well as a snowflake on the hat. Kind of sits up like this. The mouse is, I'm saying from the top of the head to the foot is 6 inches. And it's a little wider at the feet than 5 inches. But I didn't want to count the tail piece of it just because you can use the wire to kind of move the tail around a little bit. So can do a lot with that. Got the little scarf on it and everything like that. They are very, very popular. Yes. And I think they're pretty cute. I love the little nose. This is a 3D nose. It's not painted on, but the face is painted. And then it's got some greenery at the top here. The little Anna Lee mouse is $12, number 71. $12, number 71 for the Anna Lee mouse. Yes, I love a Christmas mouse too, Mom. All right, now you're saying the 3 little dots, the layout. I don't know.
They said solo layout.
Yeah, I got that.
There you go. You're getting it. It looks like you had somebody swipe in just at the end for number 71. Looks like Rose is picking that up.
Miss Rose. Thank you, Miss Rose. I got you.
All right. So my next 3 items, as I mentioned, I am organizing a fundraiser for the Dachshunds, jomdr.org. And I've been receiving a number of fantastic donations and some from people here within the chat. I've gotten stuff from Katie. I've gotten stuff from Dana. I've gotten things from Beth herself. Really appreciate. And so there's so many items. The sale itself is scheduled for next Thursday, but I've started to pepper some of the items in that I've received to spread it out. And so tonight I have a handful of items that I will be making available and all of the 100% of the money will go to JOMDR, from these advanced sales as well. And to start out with is this great little set of little golden books. So these were picked up specifically because they all have dogs on their covers. So you've got The Very Best Home for Me. Who remembers their pound puppies? Everyone's got to remember their pound puppies if you're a certain age. And then the oldest one, The Four Puppies. Unfortunately, they have some condition issues. This one is relatively soiled, and the cover image is pulling away from the cardboard. So we definitely have some issues. Maybe this would be something good for a junk journal. The art itself is in really good shape. I mean, just check out all those little animals. You got the little, okay, the turtle doesn't seem all that happy to be there, but everyone else is looking really cute. And so you've got some great opportunity maybe for framing some of the art or doing some junk journaling. So that was the one in the worst condition. None of these were first editions. This one, though, did have an original copyright of 1953, but was renewed in 82. And it is printing S. And I didn't do the math. So that's somewhere around 1820 of the printing. The Pound Puppies, as would be expected, were from the 80s. That was printing F. So that's the 6th printing. And then the Four Puppies now that one does have a name in the front, so just be aware of that. Again, so not all of these are in pristine condition. This is Nikki Davis from Grandma and Grandpa Karopoulos, and this was published, copyrighted 1960, and this is published print run Q. So the Pound Puppies is a little rubbed along the edges, but the spine is tight. And this one, being one of the oldest one, is probably one of the best conditions. It's probably the tightest. It has the cleanest edges, but again, not a pristine condition. And it had to have been after 1960 because it has a UPC code. So appreciate the donation. And I do feel that there's still a market for these, even though they're not pristine. So I'm just pricing them accordingly. So they're $4 a pop. So you get the set of 3 golden books, all with dogs on the covers, for $12, and all $12 will be donated to Just One More Dachshund Rescue. And you can get the set of 3 books for $12 by giving me number 3. $12, number 3 for the golden books.
The graphics are beautiful for card making too.
Absolutely. You can't go wrong with golden books. Most of the artwork you can recognize. There's just, everyone has some sort of history with them, either as their own or as for their kids or their grandkids. The next item was a donation from a local local vintage store, which was very kind to give a very nice, very, very large box. I did a live haul of that a couple nights ago, and I pulled out one of the pieces because I'm on the channel of sweet treats and pretties. So I decided I needed to find something that was sweet and pretty. And so we've got a Limoges hand-painted dish. So you've got made in France and hand-painted, signed onto there with the original stamp of Limoges, France. So you've got the Limoges dish. It's a shell-shaped dish with the hand-painted rose and gold pattern, gold all the way around the edges, in perfect condition, no chips, no cracks. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely fitting for sweet treats and pretties, and put your sweet treats right in there. So we're on the Sweet Treats and Pretties channel. You can get something that commemorates that. And you get the Limoges dish for $15. And you get that by giving me number 38. $15, 38 for the Limoges. And again, all $15 gets donated to the Just One More Dachshund Rescue.
That would make a beautiful soap dish.
There you go. Perfect. And then the last piece was a donation. He was in the chat a little bit earlier ago. This came from Brian Hans in Chicagoland. He donated this to me. There's no markings on this one to prove the age. I have a feeling it's probably a little bit more contemporary, like maybe within the last 10 to 20 years. But it is a fairly impressive 13 inches long Dachshund figurine. So you've got your little Doxy, he can stare right at you. He's just a cool looking piece. Even if you're not a Doxy lover, you've got a cool looking dog that's kind of got just I don't know, kind of a modern look to him with that long stretch, little stubby tail. Absolutely adorable with some beautiful coloring. Goes great with my piano. So that is a donation from Brian Hance. Appreciate that. And again, that is available for $20. And for $20, all $20 going to the Just One More Dachshund Rescue, $20 by giving me number 5. $20, number 5 for the Doxy.
It's a cute piece. And Patrick, just before we transition, can you you were just telling us a little bit about her latest dog that came in, and it was an astronomical amount of money. How many dogs does she have right now?
She has in the sanctuary right now, I believe she has 20. She's picking up another one tomorrow and then another one over the weekend. The one tomorrow that she's picking up is blind. The dog that, some of the numbers that she shared, the dog that she picked up right after we did the fundraiser last year, we raised $3,500 for the fundraiser last year. And the dog that she picked up immediately after that cost $6,000. So between medical bills, surgeries, one of the dogs that they were going to the vet yesterday, I haven't heard the final results, but a different dog, not the blind one, a different dog that they think will have to have her eye removed. So it's some of the surgery. She's got a fantastic support network. The vet does, a lot of things for free and a lot of reduced costs, the surgeries, but it still adds up. And her biggest cost is medication. So one of the things that we're going to be doing differently this year is we're going to offer sponsorships. So people that want to support the Doxies but aren't necessarily looking for a Dachshund figurine or a Limoges soap dish, they can do a sponsorship that if you want to buy like a week's worth of medication, I think there's going to be like a sponsorship for $25 and another one for $50, something that can just be, hey, I just want to give some money. And then for every $5 in sponsorships somebody gives, they will get a chance to win the mystery box grand prize this year. Last year, Kim won all 35 because we didn't know we were going to have 35. It kind of grew over time. This year, we're going to have more than 35 boxes. And what we're doing now instead is we will have more than one winner. So each winner will get 5 boxes. And I will randomly pull the 5 boxes that you get. We'll pull those on air during the fundraiser next week. So if you give a $50 sponsorship to, I don't know if that's the medication one, I don't have that in front of me, but if you do a $50 sponsorship, you get 10 chances to win one of the prizes. So, it gives you a chance to, do something good, but then also you're kind of getting something, maybe you get a chance to get something back. The purchases, you don't get those aren't considered sponsorships because, you're getting the actual item that you're buying, but all of that money last year, it was about 50-50. Half of the money we collected of the 3,500, half of it was from selling items outright. And the other half were for the sponsorships that became the grand prize chances.
Yeah. So any of the items, y'all, that he has up for sale tonight that benefit the Dachshund Rescue, just remember those are fundraiser items, that there's a reason behind that. They're just not looking, they have a goal in mind based on the current need.
We're still trying to sell them at fair prices, but they're not necessarily going to be trusty prices. Trusty prices are going to be a little bit below. These are, fair market prices, knowing that the money is going to a good cause. And I did have a question came in from Christine. You can do the sponsorships at any time. I need to announce what they are, but if you just wanted to do a $5 donation or $10 donation just to donate, you can do that to that PayPal account. She's keeping track of all of that. And the biggest difference, I don't know if you had anybody from Canada in your chat, but the biggest difference last year, we could not allow any from Canada to participate because I couldn't force the resellers to ship to Canada. Right. That was kind of beyond. So this year I now have 5 resellers who are donating within Canada. So all of our Canadian participants, they actually will have a chance to win their own box. They will have a chance to win the Canadian box.
Awesome. So I want to say hey to Tammy from Vintage Uprising, Texas, and Mary from Reclaimed Treasures by Mary. Mary Duggan came in as well. Yeah, lots of care, Katie. And I know I had a dog that had about a $900 a month medication and food bill, but it's just what you do because you love dogs. It is very, very expensive. And so Dana is reminding us also, if your company matches donations, please consider donating that way, because the Just One More Dachshund Rescue is a 503c or 501c3.
Right.
I always get that mixed up. So, all right, y'all, is it my turn? I forgot.
Yep.
We
Back to you.
because I love dogs so much. So I just, sorry about that. All right, that's you.
That's me.
Golly. You would think that I would get this right at one point. All right. So Patrick said that Katie and Daniel were in the chat, and we've been talking about dogs. So it's not a dachshund. It is a brooch, and it is a dog. So it's a twofer for you. And it is marked. I got to remember what it is marked. I can't remember. And I'm not going to be able to see it. I want to say Trafari, but I could be wrong, y'all. Don't quote me on that, because I can't remember what it is. But it is a poodle brooch. So let me show you my little poodle brooch there. And you know what? I don't know if that's Trafari or not. I'll have to look at that and clarify that for you. There is a little red jeweled eye and some pearls there. Look at that beautiful little brooch with almost like a gold tone, but almost brassy gold. The marking is right in here in the bodice, and I will get that to make sure that you know that. It does have the longer pin in this, and it is has the safety clasp in there, but she is stunning, isn't she? Love this. Now, we are going to do flat price on this. She is 2 inches tall. And from the tail to the nose, that is about 1.5 inches. So it's a good substantial size brooch. And this brooch is going to be $15, y'all. And it is number 54. The poodle brooch is $15, number 4. All right.
Number 54.
Oh, I lied. It's number 54. It's $15, number 54. It's my 4th item. I can't count. I've been up since 5:32. All right, y'all. So that's $15, number 54. And I see you, Dana, for that. Thank you so much. Even though I said the wrong number, you got it right. So bonus for you. All right. The next is some Staffordshire mugs. These are bone china from Crown Trent, Staffordshire, England. I want to show you those. I spotlighted these on my Instagram. It is, since there's more dogs, but this is the hunt scene. Now, Dolores was telling me that this is really like faux pas right now in the UK, this hunt scene. But I know over here, it kind of sells, because I've had some other things that sold with this hunt scene on it. There is a set of 2. They are identical. They have the full scene on the front with the 2 horses, and then the dogs under here. And on the back of the other side of them is the single horse there. So they are both marked the Crown Trent, Staffordshire, England, fine bone china. They have the beautiful handle with them. They are 3 inches high, and they have a 3-inch diameter in the cup. So you're going to get the set of 2 of these for $10. It's a set of 2 bone china mugs, $10, number 46. $10, number 46. All right. I just love those. All right, and my 3rd item is a planter. I believe it to be a McCoy planter. I did look it up. It's not marked McCoy. Michelle may be in the chat and able to help us, but it is, Christmas is coming up. I thought this would be really pretty with some foliage in that, like the pine or the spruce in there. It's just like an olive green, and it's got some texture to it. It's a simple little open planter there. Here's the bottom, but it does have a mark right here. I think it's McCoy. I cannot be 100% simply because it doesn't have the word McCoy on it. But I wanted to tell you that I think that's what it is. I'm just not certain about that. Now, I will say that it is 7 inches long, 3 inches high, and 5 inches wide. This does weigh just a little over a pound, so please be mindful of that. I did not see any chips or cracks or anything in this planter. It is in beautiful shape. I thought it would be a great color for upcoming season, and it is $10, number 63. $10, number 63 for the planter.
That's a beautiful color for Christmas decor. Put some really bright and sparkly stuff against that. That texture could look really good.
Yeah, I thought it would be really cute. All right.
I'm also interested in what Dolores told you about the hunt scene. I didn't realize that was no longer cool on their side. Because they've replaced chasing a fox. That's been replaced for a long time. I mean, what they chase now is a urine-soaked rag, which is not nearly as fun.
Well,
but at least you're not endangering a fox anymore. That went out a long time ago. So
right,
it's a cool classic scene.
It is.
Okay, so my next set, Beth also jumped to Christmas. Beth jumped to Christmas, but I wasn't ready to pull my Christmas stuff yet, so I've got it now. Because the next 3 items I pulled aside to have a little advanced Christmas sale. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I have a thing for coasters. Now, until I started doing my sales, I didn't know it was a thing. I thought everyone used coasters and everyone loved coasters. Evidently, I'm wrong. But what shows up on my sales fairly regularly are coasters. And when you order from me for the first time, you get a little Trusty Huckster Mercantile coaster. So I try and pick up coasters when I can, particularly when they're interesting. And this one was too good to pass up. So this was a set of Christmas coasters in its original vintage packaging. Now the plastic is not original. This was something that was put around to keep them in. Because I think what was happening, I definitely believe these were used, because you can see there's a little bit of wear on those berries that happens with silk flower arrangements. You've got kind of this terry cloth stretchy material that would wrap around the glasses. And then you've got this silk holly with the little berries on it. So you can see some of the berries have lost a little bit of the red flocking on them. So they may need to be touched up a little bit. So I have a feeling this was one of those things that they probably pulled it out every year, used them or set them out or whatever. And then they just put them back in the box and then shoved the box into their Christmas decorations. They just kept doing it. So the box is still here. It has the name of the manufacturer, Dandy Imports, New York City, made in Japan. I'm going to put these in the mid-century modern category, pushing probably into the 60s. I don't think they're as late as the 70s, but I could be wrong. They're just very, very cool. So all 6 are here. Most of them do have, not all of them, but most of them do have a little bit of an issue with the berries that you may want to address. You know, get a red magic marker and you'll probably be fine. But even if you just use the box, how cool would this be sitting in a vintage vignette for your mid-century modern or for your Christmas green and red Christmas decor? So it is a set of 6 of the Christmas coasters. You get the set for $15. $15 for the coasters by giving me number 23. $15, 23 set of coasters. If you're going to buy coasters, you buy them from Trusty. So that is my first Christmas item. My second Christmas item is something that when I come across it, I always pick it up. It's Villeroy and Boch, and it's a very bizarre reason that I pick it up. Villeroy and Boch is a very established manufacturer of porcelain, hard paste porcelain from 1748 that comes out of Luxembourg. Most people couldn't find Luxembourg on a map, and name a single other thing that comes out of Luxembourg, and it's one of the most quality porcelain manufacturers you can come across. So I love Villeroy and Boch. It's they do pristine work, and this is, I'm putting it into my Christmas section here, but really it's more of a winter scene. So you've got the trees have bared a little bit. You've got the evergreen in the back. You've got the guy chopping wood. So it's not really Christmassy, but it's definitely something you could put out with the snow just to celebrate winter more so than just celebrating Christmas. It is a Villeroy and Boch piece. It is marked Naif Christmas. And I posted this in a haul video when I first picked it up. And somebody came back and explained that the Naif term is referring to naive. So it's like kind of a folksy a folksy look, Grandma Moses style look. And that's exactly what it is. It's just a trinket box. It's in absolutely perfect condition. A little dirty. Probably could wash that up a little bit. Sorry. But no chips, no cracks, absolutely fantastic condition with a cute little winter scene. And the Villeroy & piece is, as Dana says, Villeroy & equals quality. $9 for a piece of Villeroy & $9 by giving me number 31. $9.31 for the Villeroy & And then, as Beth and I had mentioned before, if you follow us on Instagram, we'll sometimes promote items that we're going to be selling. This was a popular one that I had posted. I saved this. I wanted this specifically for Beth's sale. So this is a decanter with the cork still in place. A lot of times, because of age, the cork will get sheared off. And so you have to be careful with that. So this one still has the cork in place. So you've got a Christmas tree cork with the Cheers to You Santa design in the front. Now it's an interesting shaped bottle. It's almost shaped kind of like a book. Like that's the spine of the book. And then you've got, let me do it from the top. You've got this Star Trek shape in the actual shape of the decanter because it's got this little indentation here. So I don't know. I don't know if it's trying to be a book. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it is old Bardston, Kentucky bourbon. Still has the remnants of the original label. You can see Classic Series #1. It was the first in the series that they did of their Christmas decanters from Bardstown, Kentucky. So it's all old Bardstown, absolutely perfect condition with the stopper. No chips or cracks anywhere on here. The one thing it does have, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, the glaze, I think, has a little bit of crazing that has developed into lines. I've tried to feel across this. You cannot feel a crack. It's not a split. It's just something with the way the glaze, it did something, but it's not a crack in the piece, and it's not even all the way through the glaze. So, but I definitely want to point it out because I don't want anyone to have any surprises. It's just a beautiful piece. It's going to look great on your bookshelf, and no one's really going to know it's a decanter. It's just kind of a cool piece. You could even just set this out and use the Christmas tree someplace else in the little McCoy planter that Beth was selling. So you've got the Cheers to You Santa decanter for $25. $25 for the Santa decanter. $25 by giving me number 1. $25, number 1.
I think that is so cute. Good Southern Baptist. You could just hide that in with the books. They'd never know.
Never know. Absolutely.
All right.
It looks like Andrea Joseph is picking up number 1.
And if you go back, I see Brian Hance for number 31.
Excellent. So that was the Villeroy & So thank you, Brian, for picking that up.
Yes. And we want to say a special hello to my sweet Nate, who came in just to say hey.
Hey, Nate.
But we just want to say hey to Nate. And we've had a couple of other people come in. Hey, Leanne. I wanted to make sure that Diane and Leanne and Delbert, we've got everybody in the house today. So thank you so much for coming by, everybody. Yeah, we got to stop and say hey to our sweet Nate. Nate's just rocking the community with Katie. So, all right, let's see if I go solo layout. It's me. Well, we all know, because it's a national holiday, that Monday was my birthday. So in honor of my birthday, I have a vintage McDonald's birthday plate. And I think this is a 2000, is it a 2004 or 1994? I can't remember. 4 is in there, but it is a happy birthday plate from McDonald's. It is the plasticware. It says Make It Productions out of Dallas. Not recommended for microwaving food. So, but I just thought it was super cute. It's super fun to do something for the kiddos on their birthday on this. But this is a super fun plate that they had. It's a whole series that they used to have. And it's everybody, if you go back and look, it's all the different characters. Several of them had a birthday plate after those. So I thought this was cute. It is $8 and it is number 49. $8, number 49. All right. And the next is a set of Stardust plastic coated new old stock. They are actually in their case. It is a double deck, so it does have the case on there. They are Stardust plastic coated. They still have the saran. It's like the plastic wrap, saran wrap. It's 2 sets. There's like looks like kind of like a college or a church fall set. And they are still in their shrink wrap. That's the word I'm looking for. And it does say Stardust here. And then this one is like a little snowy city scene, if you guys can see that. It looks like people may be skating there, but snow in the evening time. So there's 2 complete decks of cards. They both are all right in their shrink wrap and everything. It looks like fall and winter to me. And again, they are in their little plastic case with the lid. And these are going to be $10, number 51. $10, number 51. They make great package toppers, or if you have somebody that likes to play cards, that would be a good idea for Christmas. Oh, Nate is interviewing people. Be easy on them, Nate. Be easy on them. All right. The next is a solid brass candlestick. It's a single. I am really partial to singles. Now, I want to say that Christine was talking a little bit about this. I'm going to say that it said it was solid brass when I bought it. I'm not sure, y'all. I'm not 100%. Let me tell you why. Because right up here, it's dark, but not patinaed. I think, Christine, if I'm not wrong, that the brass will patina, but if it is a brass coated metal, did we hear something about that? It's also a little bit heavier than my other single brass. I do love the drip tray at the bottom. That's really cool. What does this say? This is a great piece for a vignette. Yes. And Christine's telling me she has no idea. Yes, you do. We talked about this.
Brass will sometimes have a lacquer to it. And so when it starts patina, it's just that the lacquer has actually worn out of it. Because if people polish something that's lacquered, you'll actually wear that off. So I think that is solid brass. It's just, it's patinaing when it was designed not to patina.
And maybe that's it. I know it's heavier, but you know, unless it literally has it stamped across the bottom, I don't believe what a tag says, because we can call it anything. But I picked up several singles. I was going to do a vignette with like different sized and height of candlesticks with like red and green candles in them. But I just didn't have the place for it. So it didn't work out like I envisioned.
It probably fit perfectly in that McCoy planter. Put a little riser on underneath it and then put some greenery. It would look fantastic.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, just like have a little riser so you still see it, and with then you would have a little greenery around it. Absolutely.
Or 2 if you can find it.
The grass looks good against the green.
Yeah, good idea, Patrick. So this one is 5 inches tall. The base is 3 3/4 inches. So it is a wider base. I'll show you this. Oh, Mom says McDonald's does not use the clown mascot anymore. Well,
I did not know that. I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah.
Maybe they realize it's been horrifying children for 50 years.
Yeah, it's okay. It didn't bother me at all. The single candlestick is $6, number 67. $6, number 67.
That's a really good price.
Okay. And it is weighted. It does have some good weight to it. It's not the thinner, the lighter kind. Just want to make sure that I did not miss anybody asking a question. I think we're good. All right. So I'm going to go to Patrick to the solo layout.
There we go. Oh, you're getting the hang of it now. All right. Well, we did well with my last piece of alcohol related items. So I'm going to bring up more alcohol. So this I couldn't pass up. I'm a vodka guy. So this is a Hawk Shot Smirnoff pitcher. And first of all, it's awesome in and of itself. It's, it does say Smirnoff on there. So the Southern Baptists may not be able to hide this in the bookcases nearly as well, but put a piece of duct tape over there and you just got a hawk shot. You can say got it hunting, but it's a hawk shot. It's got the Smirnoff on both sides. It's got the, actually, now that I realize it, it doesn't pour out of his beak. So it's really more just like a mug. So it is what I thought it was a pitcher, but I guess it's more of a mug. That just looks like it should be a pitcher. I didn't even realize that there's no hole. But what's great about it is there is a recipe for hawkshot right there on the bottom. So stir 2 ounces of Smirnoff 100 into a mug of steaming beef bouillon, seasoned with lemon juice, warming. So it's actually more like a meal, which just, okay, I'll take any meal that's got vodka in it. So this one does have a date on the bottom. And Peterson's not here to make fun of me, so let me pull up my glasses. 1970 is the copyright on the recipe and on the makers of the Smirnoff Hawkshot. I guess now it's a bouillon cup with a handle. So it is in great condition, no chips, no cracks. There's a little bit of rubbing, just a little good vintage condition, but no chips and no cracks. And he is $8. So $8 for the Smirnoff Hawkshot mug. $8 by giving me number 34. So that is my next piece of alcohol.
They said it would cure the common cold.
There you go. Perfect.
The kitchen to make that right now.
The next piece, if you follow my channel, I love pottery, porcelain. I have my whole pottery collection. Louisville Stoneware is a popular one. A lot of the M.A. Hadley pieces. This has the M.A. Hadley look, but is not signed M.A. Hadley. It is actually signed with the Louisville Stoneware stamp. So you've got a welcome plaque, easily to attach to your front door or to the front hall or wall of your house. It's got the cool side hall colonial from the front with the green and the blue decor. Fantastic condition, no chips, no cracks, ready to hang, and it is $10. So $10 for the Louisville Stoneware welcome plaque by giving me number 35. $10, 35 for the welcome plaque. And for those who may not be as familiar with my channel, I owned a quilt shop for 10 years. So I do know quite a bit about sewing, and I've actually made my own quilts. So I always, when I can't find cool vintage sewing items, I always want to pick them up. I never want to pick up a quilt ever, but I'll definitely pick up the sewing stuff. And so this is I guess a clamshell that has been turned into a pincushion with a burgundy velvet insert. So there's no obvious indication of how this is held together. So I'm assuming it's just been glued in there. I do not know what it's stuffed with, but it kind of seems lumpy. So I'm not exactly sure how it would have been stuffed and exactly what age this would be. But you get the pins, you get the needles, including the glass-headed pin that's sticking out of the side. It's just a cool little conversation piece. If you have a sewing collection, be a great addition, and it would look great sitting on a little shelf. So, or sitting on an old vintage Singer sewing machine. So it is $8. So $8 for the little shell pin cushion, $8 by giving me number 2. $8 number 2 for the pin cushion.
And in a great way to kind of use the resources that you have, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Was that your 3 or do you have
That was my 3.
You're as fast as I am. All right.
It looks like Susan Houghton is picking up the pin cushion. Thanks, Susan.
Cool. All right. And I did have Miss Rose for it's a 2004 Miss Rose Mcdonald's birthday plate. And this, I couldn't not have a doxy in the sale with Patrick. Yay. I love this little plate. Y'all look at that.
Too
perfect
cute.
For fall, but I mean, he is too cute. I love that. Now I have another one that was in another sale. It's a gray, kind of like almost like a Dane looking dog with a sweater on. He's cute too. This is it says certified international. It is a Sherry Buck Baldwin plate. Now, from what I understand, I think there was maybe a set of 3. I'm not certain, but I have seen 3 different ones of these different dogs. So this is a 8-inch plate, and it's going to be $8, number 72. $8, number 72 for this darling little Doxy fall plate. I thought he was too cute, y'all. Too cute. All right, the next one is a bigger item. I usually don't have bigger items in my sale, but I put this on Instagram. I absolutely fell in love with this when I found it. It's a lacquer tray, kind of like a barware tray, but I love the blue in there with the gold. There's birds in there, and there's it looks like irises, but there's no scratch in the design at all. No cracks. It still has its little sticker on the back that says Toyo Japan right there. This is an 18 3/4-inch tray in length. It is 11.5 inches length times width. Gosh, y'all, it's late. Length times width. This is 11.5 inches, and it's about 1.5 inches deep. Now, it does not have, this is not really yarn. It's still like a lacquer that's been painted. But I just thought this was so pretty. I mean, even this way or used as a serving tray. But those colors are just amazing. I love serving trays too, Dana, and I probably have all kinds. And I love the blue in that. That was probably what, it's got a little bit of sparkle. I think that's maybe what made me like it even more. The birds at the top, if I can find the camera, but the top are the best.
And those are really, I've come across those trays before. Those are really nice because they're not flexible. Like a lot of them, when they get that big, they get wobbly.
Yeah.
And so it's like you really can't use it to serve anything. And that's got some nice weight to it and some nice rigidity to it.
I mean, I really like this a lot. It is going to be just $10, number 48. $10, number 48. I just was, and I really, really liked it. The sad part is I found that one that was burgundy and gold. And because there was so much stuff in here, I stepped backwards and stepped right through it.
Oh, no.
Was kind of leaning, and I literally stepped right through it. I was very upset, but that's okay. All right, y'all, it's cold. Well, at least it's cold here. Now, I know it's not Chicago cold, but in Texas, 55 is cold. So I'm bringing back an Afghan that I had earlier in the summer because we kind of thought it was beach colors, but now it'll work. This is a beautiful, it's got a cream color. It is blue and browns in there. It does have the scallop edges on there. It is Afghan weather. If you haven't seen Christine Side Street Market's new merch, she's got a cat that has tied up in an Afghan. It's really cute because it's Afghan weather, but I love the design on this. This Afghan is 53 inches long, and it is 47 inches wide. So it's a good little size Afghan. It's not one of the great big ones, but I love the colors in it. I love the design in it. It is handmade. You can see where they tied it off in there, but I thought it's getting a little bit chilly. So a light blanket on the back of your chair would be wonderful. This Afghan is just $15, number 55. $15, number 55.
That is a fantastic price for that. Again, with my background, we used to sell yarn as part of the quilt shop, and that's $15 wouldn't even pay for the yarn that you need to put into those, much less the labor of somebody doing all of that work. It's so sad that those are the values, but those things keep people warm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight design. So that would be definitely a Chicago level heat blanket.
Well, at least, when you're sitting in the chair watching TV, that would be a really good one to throw.
It looks like Sheila's picking that up for you.
Oh, Sheila, thank you so much. So let me I think that was my 3, Patrick. So I'm going to go ahead and get you to the solo layout. Thank you, Michelle. See you.
So we are into my last round of 3 items. We only had 15 items. So these, I have another batch of items for the fundraiser. So I'll just reiterate what we've said before. The items for the fundraiser, in some cases, they might seem like slightly higher prices than you might see if I was selling it myself, but I still research the prices and I still feel that they're, very comparable. So just keep that in mind as you're looking. This first one is a lot. And one of the items was donated by somebody that's in the chat tonight. So I wanted to make sure I included this one. So this is from Melody and Halem, from Melody's Many Miscellaneous and Helen Nassif. This is a lot of somewhat contemporary, overall mixed kitchen items. So you've got Doxy corn holders. So I don't care if you are a Doxy lover or just a dog or just an animal lover. Who would not want to have an ear of corn with the dog head on one side and everyone's favorite dog butt on the other? So you've got this great set of corn holders, probably contemporary, but that's kind of super cute. Also, so that was donated by Melody. This is in its original packaging. I don't think it's super old, but I don't think it's super recent either, because you can see the plastic is kind of an odd type of plastic. It seems to be aging. It's like actually being scratched up. So it's hard to see through it, but I want to keep it sealed since technically it's new old stock. It is a ice tray, a flexible ice tray. The packaging does have a UPC label on it. So it's, again, I don't think it's getting super old, but if you can look through the plastic, you too can make Scotty shaped ice cubes. How fun / disturbing would that be? So you've got this, it is flexible. So the idea would be, obviously you would put the water in there to freeze it. And then I guess just the flexibility would help pop them out. They do have, they're actually individual pockets in the back, so you can push out as well. And if you wanted to be creative and freeze like grape juice or something really, really dark, it looked like you had little black Scotty dogs floating in your drink. So those two. And then the third item, this is a carryover from an estate sale purchase that I had of new old stock cake toppers. Unfortunately, this one has been ripped open. I'm hoping I didn't do that, but it's entirely possible I did. But I'm not sure what kind of dog breeds these would be. He's kind of looking like a Basset, but he's a little tall to be a Basset Hound. So I'm not sure what he is. And I'm not sure what he is either, black and orange. But they are from the same company that I had most of the others. These little kitchen capers, fun in the kitchen, cake toppers. It has a zip code, so it's after 1963, but they were only selling for 85 cents. So clearly these are pretty old. So you've got these cute little shelf sitters, or you put them on your own cake. So you get the lot is all three items: the cake toppers, the Scotty ice cubes, and the corn on the cob holders. You get all three of them for $20. Oh, so Bella Rose is saying it's a beagle. Okay, I'd buy that. That's related. So you got a beagle. So you get all three of them for $20. So $20 for the lot of three items by giving me number 20. So 20 for 20. So that's the first item for the Doxies. Then the next item for the Doxies is one of the cases where I've been receiving donations for months and I need to improve my bookkeeping abilities because somebody donated this dog and I don't know who. It might have been me, but it's a cute dog. I remember doing a video on it because I loved the way the little whiskers were painted on there. So maybe I can go back and find the video. Maybe I remembered who made it at that time. But it was just a little standalone dog. I have a set of dogs. I'll be doing a video probably over the weekend. I'll actually be doing it as a live chat. It'll be a Name That Breed live chat because I have an entire box of figurines like this that I have absolutely no clue what they are. And some of them will get listed on eBay. Some will go into live sale. And I'd like to know what they are, just maybe to attract some additional attention. I didn't know what he was. And he was the only one of this kind of dog. So I kind of pulled him into this sale. He's very well made. He is porcelain, but he's not marked in any way. But he's absolutely pristine. He's fantastic. You know, again, just one of those cute little items. If you're doing any sort of vignette, he could be part of an outdoorsy vignette. You could be part of an animal vignette. You know, your ode to St. Francis of Assisi vignette. You've got this cute little dog. Oh, so somebody's saying Springer Spaniel, which I could go with that. And he's $15. Again, all $15 going to the fundraiser to Just One More Dachshund Rescue. $15 by giving me number 22. So
Well, look,
if it,
they know their dogs.
absolutely. So that's great. So you guys, I'll probably be doing, maybe Sunday night. I'll try and announce it ahead of time. So if people can join in, I'm 100% serious. There's at least 20 or 30 dogs that I'm sitting staring at it going, what is that? So it might be a mutt, and I'm totally fine having a mutt lot. But if it's something specific, the hounds start looking similar, the spaniels start looking similar. And so Dana, and I've also considered doing that too, is I'm going to make maybe grouping some things on Instagram and just kind of putting it out there for people to help me out. So that was the second item of my lot for the doxies. And then the third, I pulled this one specifically because not everything that'll be part of the fundraiser is all dog related. Not everyone loves dogs, but if you don't, you're evil. But if you don't necessarily all need dog items. So a lot of what was donated were non-dog related, but I tried to keep everything vintage that I'm selling. And this, once again, I'm on the Sweet Treats and Pretties channel. So I needed to find something that looked sweet. Well, I'm not sure about the treat part, but was pretty. And so it is a lipstick caddy, as original as you can get, because it still has the original hang tag on it that says, please put your lipstick on me. So that could be she could be talking saucy, or you could just, use the little, she's got a place with three little like depressions to hold your lipstick. So it's just a little vanity dresser caddy. I'm not exactly sure what should be considered a lipstick caddy, basically. I don't know if you would I don't know, Beth, if you've come across these before. It doesn't really seem like she could hold much else. I mean, if you keep her flat, maybe you could try and use her as a pin tray, but I think it's really just for your lipstick.
I think so I'm envisioning my lipstick and mascara, which is about the same.
Okay.
And then, chapstick, colored chapstick. Let's be honest, y'all.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had like rings or earrings or something like that, you could also place that.
That's true. You could even like hook it around her flower. It does stick up a little bit, so you could probably hook something like hair ties or something there. So anyway, I think she really probably was designed as a lipstick caddy, probably from the 50s or 60s. I just think she's super sweet. And this was donated by Debbie from Chicago. I don't think I saw her in the chat, but this was donated by Debbie from Chicago, an absolutely adorable piece. And I'm making her available here on the Sweet Treats and Pretties channel. She's only $25. So $25 for the lipstick caddy by giving me number 18. $25, number 18 for the lipstick caddy.
Book says she looks like she cut her own bangs, which is endearing. And boy, we know about that, because I'm going to tell y'all, I laid the scissors to the top of my head and when I was small and cut two pieces, and now I have two giant cowlicks there because I needed a. So yeah, Mom will tell you that didn't work out too good for me. But I love a lipstick holder, and the smaller mascaras do fit down in those. They're a little bit smaller than the fat lipsticks the bigger lipsticks that are coming out. So yeah. All right, y'all. Let me tell you my last three. Oops. Let me see. Hold on. Let me show you my last three items. And then we'll do, because we've got people who've come into the chat. My mom said I made her cry when I cut my hair, but I need a haircut. I don't know what to say. I've got some ephemera. We've all been using ephemera to either make cards or do junk journaling. I found several magazines, newspapers. This one's from 1919. And some of this is fashion. Some of this is ads. But I went through and saved it. There are 78 pieces or about in there. We've got everything. And they're already pre-cut just because I wanted to try to save. Now you can see that, it would start being messed up. So I saved what I could. But I've already cut it, so it makes great little pieces for you just to use. Some people are getting the packs to use for junk journaling, and some people are getting it to use for package toppers. This is a Pepsodent ad. This is take music lessons under master teachers at home. However, I don't think anybody would want to be her student because she looks mean, like she would tap your fingers with the ruler. And that would be rude. Let's see. This one. This is one of those bigger ads. It says no dainty shoes if you consider corns. There you go. So stop wearing those tight shoes, ladies. This is a larger ad. And then I do have some smaller ads in here, some medium-sized ads in here. I've got, it's just a bunch of ephemera. And some of it is wording. And like here's a little, it's got pictures as well as some wording. But I've got about 78 pieces of this. There's some sheet music in here as well. 78 pieces for this particular little ephemera lot. It's going to be $7 for the whole pack. $7, number 79 for the whole pack of ephemera. And I don't want to lose any of the pieces because there's so many. I love these, like this little building piece and some people. I thought that would be really cute. Patty is asking, did the corn holders sell? If not, what was the price and the number, Patrick?
The corn holders were part of the ice cube and the cake topper lot. That was $20 for number 20.
$20 number 20, but it's not just the corn holders. And they
you get all three.
Yeah, all three. And they were saying you could make freeze pumpkin for the dogs, and you could make Jello shots. So
there you go, Jello shots. That's what I'm like. Everyone's talking about Jello shots. I didn't even think of that. Where was my mind?
There you go. Hey, Vintage Benny, how are you? So I couldn't have a sale without coasters with Patrick. Let's just be honest. And so I have some. I believe these are hand done. This is rooster or chicken. I think it's a rooster, but these are in their own pen. So these are some hobbyist pieces, and they are the speckled design there. But these are the little coasters. Too cute. They are signed by the maker right here. There are 4 of these little ceramic coasters. There's 2 of them. And number 20 went to Miss Patty, which is F for Phantom Girl, Patrick.
Yes, I got that. Thank you. I didn't want to interrupt you.
That's okay. I'm used to just looking at it the whole time.
Those coasters are fantastic. And I used to make stuff like that when I was a kid.
And look at the little farm set that it comes in, y'all. Now, that is too cute. So I believe it is a little hobbyist piece, but I couldn't resist doing the coasters. So there are 4 coasters, and the coasters are 4.5 by 5 inches and each. And this one is 6 inches, 2.5 inches, and 3 inches. So it's got some good size to it. It also has some weight to it because there's 4 coasters. So these 4 coasters, it's over a pound. I will tell you, it is over a pound. These set of coasters that are 4 coasters and the little pin, which actually I think this might be almost like a napkin holder. You know what I mean? Like this, the napkin holder, and this, the coasters. I'm not sure. These are going to be $14, number 47. $14, number 47. It definitely isn't something you see all the time, Katie. I haven't ever been to someone's house and seen a set of rooster coasters in a pin. All right, and my third item is a Aladdin thermos that is yellow and red. There is the Aladdin top and name right here. Unscrew this piece, and this piece does come out. It's pretty tight, so it is pretty clean in there. Now, I don't see any breaks in there. I don't use a thermos, but it's clean. It's not broken or anything in there. And then there's a piece, I think, that maybe water or something where you can freeze it. I'm not certain. I didn't have this kind. I had the metal kind, that probably gave us lead poisoning, but whatever. But I do think this is really cute, especially for a little vignette. That is super cute for the fall. Again, looks like Ronald McDonald. I love the design. The thermos is $8, number 50. $8, number 50. Thank you, Halim. I see you for the set of coasters. Thank you. Those are definitely a conversation starter. All right. So those are my three. And now we will go back. And Patrick, do you have some things that you could re-show? We've had several people join us since the beginning.
Yeah, I'll pull some things from the start. So one of the things, the very first item I showed, these had been on my Instagram promotion. This was the set of Wade Harvestware creamer and sugar, that if you hold the purple one in the right way, it looks like a bird. So you've got the creamer and sugar. It's the gold luster with the Harvestware with the floral pattern in the purple and in the, I'd say, burgundy color. That set was $15 for number 19. So that gets you the creamer and sugar of the Wade Harvestware. The brooch, hashtag bring back the brooch. That was the white metal. Now that somebody's called it that it looked like a bobbin from an old fashioned sewing machine. Totally makes me, that's all I can think of now. But I don't think that's what it is. It's just a cool looking modernist pin probably from the 60s, but it is not signed. Thank you for Maria for picking up number 19. So I see Maria from Empty Nesting 2. And the brooch was $10, number 7. Obviously lightweight, easy to ship. And show one of the items from the doxies that hadn't sold. Had a set of the little golden books, 3 books for $12, number 3, 4 puppies, pound puppies, and the very best home for me. So you've got a set of the 3 golden books, $12. That was number 3. So there's some items that had not sold from earlier.
Do you, because I've got some, and then we can go back.
Sure.
I think we have a few minutes. Okay.
Yep.
I don't want to push into your time because I
know
you're
good. I'm already set up for my next sale, so I'm ready to go.
Okay, good. I do not make.
And I do have you, Mary, for the little golden book. So thank you for picking that up.
Good.
And that was for the fundraiser, so that all that money will go directly to the doxies.
Wonderful. Megan, I do not have any clear glass vases today. Let me show you some things that I had at the very beginning. I have a vintage Playskool puzzle that has the little police officer and little lady there. Now I have plasticware over it just because when I'm moving it around my booth and stuff, I don't want it to fall apart. But there's no tears in the paper whatsoever. It is a little vintage Playskool, and one of the things I'm learning is about the font that Playskool used kind of helps date it. But it is a little puzzle, and there are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 pieces. But I love the little children and the dog at the bottom of that. This would make a great little stocking stuffer, but it would look great in a vignette as well. It was $8, or it is $8, number 68. $8, number 68 for the puzzle. Let me see. I do have the Staffordshire bone china hunting scene cups. This is the back of the cup, or one side of the cup. This is on both. And then this is the front of the cup. They are from Crown Trent, Staffordshire, England. You get the 2 of them. They are 3-inch cups, and it's 3 inches in diameter. No chips or cracks or anything wrong with these. $10, number 46 for that set. $10, number 46. Don't break those. We don't want that to be crashing to the floor. Let's see. The other thing that I had, I want to show the green planter again. Christmas is coming, and we decided all different ways we could use this. It really would be cute with either candy in it or some greenery, some fur and stuff like that in there, like a fir tree. but I believe it is McCoy. It's got a great McCoy glaze, although it is not marked McCoy. That's the only little signature right there. This planter is $10, and it is number 63. $10, number 63 would make a great little centerpiece for Christmas time. With browns in it, though, it would also make really good for Thanksgiving table. All right, so I got you both on the screen. And Patrick, did you have something else to show?
Yeah, we're going to highlight a couple of the items from the first batch of the Doxy fundraiser that did not sell. So one was, this was donated by Brian Hance, Chicagoland. He was in the chat earlier. This is a 13-inch long Doxy, probably more contemporary. I don't think he's got a ton of age on him, but just a really sleek look that would go in a lot of different decor, whether you love Doxies or just love the sleek design. So he is $20. He was number 5. And the Limoges plate or dish, the shell dish, they had not sold. That was $15, number 38. It has the signed, made in France, hand painted with the floral design with the gold trim. Absolutely fantastic condition. Even the gold has not been rubbed off. As Beth said, this would look great either as a soap dish, a candy dish, any sort of small trinket dish, pin dish, coin keys, whatever you want. It's got a great, that cozy, the cottage chic, the grand millennial, design, that look with the florals. So that was also for the Doxies. This was donated by 715 Vintage. So it was $15, and that was number 38. And then to be perfectly honest, the one that I did just have toward the end, but I was a little shocked she didn't sell because I priced her specifically for this sale, thinking that $25 was a good price for her. The little lipstick caddy, complete with the little tag on there. That was $25, 18. Some great age, great condition. Use it for the lipstick, use it for whatever you would like. And yes, Andrea, if you do purchase anything in my next sale, I will combine shipping. So I will not do invoices until probably Saturday. And anything between the two sales, I would combine to be able to ship together to save you a little bit of money. And it looks like Tammy Renee Walker is picking up. I didn't see you come in, Tammy. So hi, Tammy. Thank you so much for picking up the lipstick caddy.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah, she really is. And I thought I put a good price on her, but not everyone wants that style. I get it. So it's one of those trying to figure out what everyone likes. It's when I get things donated to me, I kind of have to try and figure out how to sell them. So appreciate everyone picking that up, because all of that $25 will go straight to the Doxies.
But I love a lipstick caddy. So I'm going to show again the little Dachshund fall plate. Super cute with that apple on his nose and his bandana on. I love the colors in this. It would be great in just like a plate stand, but also with maybe some snacks or a bread plate or something. $8, number 72. $8, number 72. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Also want to spotlight again the single solid brass candlestick. Great for collection, just not matching, but having a great collection of those in red and green, or maybe white and blue, or gold and silver. That would be pretty. It's $6, number 67. $6, number 67. And then the lacquer tray. Beautiful lacquer tray that is 18 and 3/4 inches long. It's got the beautiful blue and gold birds and the irises. This is just $10, number 48. $10, number 48 for that. And Patrick, I don't know if you wanted to just do a couple more, or I don't want to hold you up.
No, we're good. Yeah, I did have a couple more things that were earlier on. One was the Christmas item. So I had the Christmas coasters, the Trusty Coasters Christmas. That was $15, number 25. They're super lightweight, so these would probably ship first class mail without a problem. They'd definitely be under a pound. So $15.25 for the set of 6 with the original box. Not necessarily the original. They're not shrink wrapped. It's not new old stock, but they're all present and accounted for with a fantastic packaging for the exterior. So that was $15. And then the Smirnoff Hawk Shot. So if you also have, need to treat yourself with a cold, you've got the recipe right there. Add 2 ounces of Smirnoff 100 with beef bouillon. It's even got, actually I didn't realize that was the name of the brand, Herb Ox. So we kind of have a double advertising piece. You've got a Smirnoff advertising piece and an Herb Ox advertising piece. So that was from 1970. So that one was $8. Is that number 34? And then the last item I had that didn't sell was the Louisville Stoneware Welcome Plaque. And I just saw that Deb Riley came in for the coasters. So thank you, Deb, for picking up those coasters.
Those are cute.
The welcome plaque was $10.35. Number 35, that is Louisville Stoneware marked piece, perfect condition. Not sure if it was ever used. Sometimes they get chipped up when you try and use trying to screw this into your wall. So I don't think this was ever used, but you could just put, some little decorative rosettes or something on there and even just put it in a stand. You don't have to attack your wall with it, but a great piece of stoneware, salt glaze with the green and the blue motif, $10, number 35.
All right.
And I wanted to also add, based on what has sold or claimed, thanks to those of you who purchased the items for the Doxies, we raised $72 tonight, just out of the items I sold from the Doxie set.
That's good. We'll take it. Right? All right. So I'm just going to show 3 more, and that is the double set of new old stock Stardust plastic coated cards. It is in the original little case. They do have their shrink wrap on there. One is like a fall scene and one is like a snowy city scene. Those are $10, number 51 for both of those sets of cards in the original case. And a lot of people use them for package toppers, but a great stocking stuffer for those. Also the ephemera pack. We have a 78-piece ephemera pack that is from a 1919 couple of magazines that I saved this stuff from. And that whole pack is $7, number 79. $7, number 79. And lastly, the yellow and red thermos is $8, number 50. $8, number 50. So let's come back up together because I think we've shown it all, y'all.
Yep, we've shown it all.
Let us know. I really appreciate Patrick doing double duty today and coming on my sale. He is going to be live on his channel in about 23 minutes.
Yep.
So he will tell us all about what's coming up and about the Dachshund Rescue. So if you haven't subscribed to Patrick, please do so. Please go over and watch his channel. Again, I'd like to thank Patrick for coming on my channel. This was kind of an anniversary sale because, again, if you weren't here at the beginning, Patrick gave me my first opportunity to do a live sale here on YouTube, and I've continued to watch him and learn from him, not just sale-wise, but also in his deep dives and now the triptych. Did I say that right?
Yep.
I'm learning from Katie and Nate, but wealth of information with his deep dives and things like that. So make sure that you're following him. And Patrick, thank you again for coming in tonight.
No, I want to thank you. It's one of those funny things that you're actually the only person that's ever asked me to do a sale with them. Katie, oh, wow. I do sales with Katie, and Katie, Nate, and I do the triptychs together. Katie and I do the duo dives. She's the only other channel I've ever been on for sale. So it's kind of fun. I don't really get a chance to do this with anybody else. So I do appreciate the invitation and appreciate there are a lot of new names out there. So I appreciate everyone supporting Beth's channel and, hanging out. Hopefully you liked what you saw. I know a couple of the people that bought from me are new names to me, so it's very appreciative, particularly those of you who purchased specifically. You may not have purchased them for the Doxies, but the items that were donated when you purchased them with that money going, our goal this year is $5,000 to raise for the Dachshunds. And I'm not sure, I hopefully will be able to do that. A lot of it will be dependent upon how we do with selling tickets for the mystery boxes. So as a quick reminder of that, for every sponsorship that you give to Just One More Dachshund, paypal.me/JOMDR, I'll have all kinds of this will be coming out over the next week. But for each $5 value of sponsorship, you get a chance to win a set of 5 mystery boxes. Now, I didn't do a mystery box here because the way I do those is a little bit more complicated and I didn't want to take up the time. But it's five mystery boxes donated from, at this point, I think we've got 37 resellers from around the country, actually around the world, because I've got a UK and a Canadian donors. You will win one of those 5 boxes. And hopefully, I don't even know what you're going to get. I don't even know what I'm going to ship. So it's a great way. It's a great way to support. What's that?
I like to know who it is before we ship it out, so I can kind of curate the box to them.
It's great to be able to do that. And it's also from a practical standpoint, particularly, Texas, you're probably about the same boat I'm in. You might be a little bit more expensive to ship to some parts of the country. I have to make a difference. If somebody buys from me or wins and they happen to be in Indiana, well, I really, sky's the limit. I can put whatever I want in there. Yeah. But if I'm shipping to California, even 2 pounds ends up being expensive. So it's one of those balancing. And for people that have to ship across country, I know Katie donated one of the mystery boxes. She has to ship to Washington State from Florida. 2 pounds could end up being almost $20. So it is a donation, and I appreciate all the resellers that are participating, and I'll make sure that all the resellers get their, promotion and everything for doing this. But most people are doing it because they want to help the dogs. I don't even have a Doxie. I don't have a dog. I do it. A friend of mine runs the rescue, and it's just been fun to support. And I did a video. It would have been early in the summer, maybe late spring. I actually visited her sanctuary for the first time and basically just had, that time I think she had 17 dogs just climbing all over me. It's just fun. They're just fun. They're fun to be around. Yeah, and they're seniors, so she's big about giving them a good end of life, that their twilight years, that they know they're loved, they know they're safe. And, what she does is far more important than what I do, but this little piece of it, thank everyone for participating. So yes, I will have my sale will start in about 20 minutes. I'm the Trusty Huckster Mercantile. Trusty Huckster Mercantile is the name of my YouTube channel. And that will start at 8:00 Eastern. I'll have another 15 items. I will have mystery boxes as part of that one. And then I also have 5 items for the Doxies in that one as well. Somebody was asking about glass. I don't have any clear glass, but I do have an iridescent swung glass vase that I will have tonight in that sale. So anyway, so anyone wants to join, come on over. And then somebody had asked, and I think I answered it, I will combine for shipping. So if you bought from me tonight here with Beth and you buy again later, I will definitely combine for shipping.
So if you're not subscribed to Patrick, make sure that you're subscribed. I want to thank all my new subscribers for helping me get over that 1,000 subscriber first or second hurdle. I hit 500 and then 1,000. So if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to be part of the YouTube family over here. So make sure that you do that. Other than that, I think we're good. Again, we're going to invoice probably by the weekend. If you haven't heard from us, make sure you send your email to your information to us so we can get that out to you. Otherwise, y'all stay pretty and be sweet. Bye, y'all.
Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.